Oh, it's good to be doing a podcast again, isn't it?
It is, all right.
We've only really got stuff for one, haven't we?
Well, at this stage, yeah.
Not much else we can talk about.
No, I think we need to do some planning and plan some stuff, like rather than just we always sort of do it on the fly when we rock up. I know we all bring ideas, and I definitely need to do a lot more planning than what I do.
You've been very slow, yeah.
Good to go?
Yep.
Hello and welcome back to Dictating Terms. I know it's been a few weeks. It is wonderful to be back with you for the first episode of Season 5. First episode of Season 5. Wow, what a journey it's been. I'm Nick Milligan. I'm here, as always, with world-renowned philosopher Joe Duffy. How are you, Joe?
No, I'm the psychologist on this podcast.
Oh, I said philosopher. Could you switch it around?
No, we tried that once. It didn't work. People didn't like it. They complained.
I'm not qualified.
Psychologist, not as opposed to a psychiatrist. You're a psychologist.
Not even that, really. But I went to uni for a time. Yeah,
You
but
know,
I'm good.
huh?
Thank you.
You're not very philosophical, though.
You acted as my psychologist for about 4 years when I was living with you.
Yeah, still you haven't paid that tab yet either. It's a lot of hours.
Yeah. But you're as known for your philosophy as you are for your psychology. I think.
Sure.
Equally known for
Equally
it.
as well known for.
Yeah. And the world-renowned philosopher, Mitch Power, and raconteur, I should say, as well.
Yeah.
Mitch Power, how are you, Mitch?
Good, Nick. Yeah, Nick. Joe.
Mitch.
It's good to be back. Been looking forward to it.
New year, new season. Yeah, it's good to be back. So what did you guys make of the cricket? That's the big talking point at the moment, besides American politics. Massive win for India on the last day. Thoughts?
It's still hurting now. You know.
It's been about 4 days or something.
Yeah.
It's still
raw. Yeah.
still raw. Could you believe it?
The day 5 wicket, it just didn't deteriorate like it should have. We're still playing too well on the last day. And, yeah, credit to India. I know Joe was barracking for them, so...
Why were you barracking for India, Joe?
I was going for Australia as I usually do, but then by halfway through the day 5, I was Team India. I was really enjoying it. They're up against it, and Australia have been a bunch of wankers. And it just felt like a better story if they won. So, but I have no real allegiances to anything in life, so just go with the.
Yeah.
What's the underlying issue that you were going for India? Have you got some sort of business set up over there, or
No, nothing that I'm aware of. Nothing official anyway.
Any affiliations at all with India?
Yeah, it just seemed like they were just a happy bunch of guys. And,
It's an underdog story, obviously.
Massive underdog story. Yeah,
We do like the underdog here in Australia.
Yeah, except for Mitch, who, as long as the underdog is also Australian.
yeah?
Yeah,
When
true.
it comes to the Aussies, there's, people say I just want to see a good game. Nah, I just want to see the Aussies win and win well. Like and maybe that's a bit ruthless, but and I'm sorry for offending anyone by that.
No, there's nothing to apologise
But if
for.
being
Mitch.
patriotic's my biggest offence, well, I'll take that. I sound like Lawsy.
I don't think it's your biggest. Yeah,
It's not your biggest offence.
yeah.
No. It's way down the list, really. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm still on the run.
Yeah. And one of the players was called a grub, something like that. I didn't.
He stopped the
watch
game,
it.
but he stopped the game.
Stopped the game.
Siraj was he down at fine leg, and
Yep.
someone yelled out, "You grub," and then he thought it was racist, so he stopped the game.
There was a racial slur.
Yeah.
Little did he know it's a slur, but it's just not racist.
Yeah.
Different
And,
species.
But he stopped the game because he got called a grub. I'm sure people got called worse.
Oh, absolutely.
The thing is, though, that it's a 5-day test match, so he stopped the game for. Yeah, the game stops every ball anyway, really.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Did he wait until the ball was dead before he stopped it, or?
No, well, he yelled out to the wicketkeeper. Like, he was just going, he saw the captain. He put his hands in the air to stop the game. And I'm sure some grubs have fine attributes,
Yeah.
But,
Were they consistent?
60 legs and
what is a grub? I don't know. It's a grub. It's a multiple of things, isn't it? Isn't it a grub? It's not considered one
it's an
animal.
It's an insect. It's sort of the not pre-larval. It's usually before it turns into
A snail.
a moth.
Oh,
or
is
whatever. Well, I guess a snail could be a grub.
But could a grub turn into something else, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's usually what caterpillars are sort of grubs, aren't they?
Don't know. We should have looked this up.
Yeah, I think that's technically what a grub is.
But a grub can turn
It's what
into
eats
different...
your veggie garden.
Like a baby elephant was a grub to start with. Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, sure, why not? All babies are grubs. All infants are grubs, by definition. So that's what he's being called. Was it apparent? I didn't see the broadcast, but did he say, did the commentators know what had happened straight off the bat, or were they trying to work out what was said, or did he just come out and say?
He went up to the umpires and he said, I've just been called a grub.
You could hear it over the
And they said,
speakers.
well, what were you doing? What were you doing to be called a grub?
Yeah. He was eating someone's lettuce. Someone's veggie garden. Yeah, right.
Anyway, I just think, we're becoming a... But saying that, I've never been... Anyway, I'm going to get myself in trouble here. No, I can see that he's probably taken offence to something. But, there becomes a point you can call someone something and not be racist. And I think a grub's a pretty, term. I could be called a grub. I'm sure I have been.
Not for me.
A few people at home right now watching, just muttering it.
Yeah, I've never thought that about you, Mitch.
No,
But some may have.
Oh, they would have.
Yeah.
But
It would show poor judgment.
oh no, I've been a bad boy at some points over the years, but most of the time I've been pretty good to people. I think.
Yep.
There's been a case here and there that my actions haven't resembled what I'd like to be considered to be my character. Anyway, I'm talking too much here.
You used to play a bit of cricket, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever called a grub from the sideline?
There was no one on the sideline.
So if you did hear that, then you probably,
There was a couple of cows in the paddock probably watching.
You're mainly a batsman. Were you a batsman?
Bowler. I was a
Bowler.
bowler,
Yeah.
yeah.
What'd you bowl?
Express.
Express. Yeah.
No, I tried to bowl as fast as I could, but I enjoyed me cricket, and it's good sport. Yeah, I was more of a tennis player, as you know, but
played against the Great Cornucopia. We know that story. We've talked about it.
before I
Called you a
hit puberty.
Actually called him a grub. Like, oh, he's a lovely little grub, that kid. In her Russian accent. Is she Russian? I can't remember.
Stop it. Umpire, stop it. She just called me something. Translate it for me, please. It's all about the tone. You can see that she was upset.
Yes, well...
I remember I yelled out at a cricket player once. It was an Aussie.
Yep.
He'd been hit for a few fours. He was down at fine leg, and he went over to the water, and I said, "You don't deserve that water." I said, "You've just been hit. Like, you have a drink after you have a good over.
After you've
know what I mean?
atoned, yeah.
What do you say?
Who was it? Which
He
player
turned
was it?
his back rather quickly. I forget now. He's a fast bowler for Australia.
Okay. He quit after that.
But I remember yelling out his name. I said, "Hey, Fleming," or I don't know who it was, but
Andy Bickle?
I don't know. It could have been someone like that. And then he turned around because knowing that I was an Aussie, thinking, he's got a bit of a joke with me. Then I gave him a spray.
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't.
You never would have got that before. You don't deserve that water. You don't deserve to hydrate.
Yeah. Well, I just thought that.
Probably thought it was unique. A unique sledge.
He wasn't happy with it.
Yeah. You've always been a subscriber to that, like, suffering kind of like way of you've got to suffer through something to benefit at the end. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Big sufferer.
You didn't drink water at all during those
Was it
express bowling days when you were getting hit for a few fours hit over by the cows?
Is it every once a week? There's one day a week where you won't drink water or eat cooked chicken. That's how it works, isn't it? Yeah.
What was that? I don't know.
I think it's a 6 and 1 rule.
6 and 1 rule. Yeah. Which I'm sure you still subscribe to.
Yeah.
And so you can't have any water on, I guess it was Sunday, whichever day you chose, because then you'll appreciate water more on the other days. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good theory. Yeah.
Good theory.
Never really put it into practice, so can't really confirm.
It's good in writing. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's also been a lot happening in American politics, obviously. It's still with the Wild West over there. Twitter finally axed Trump, who had been just running amok on there, really. And it got to the point where he was sort of, well, he'd been doing it for a while, but he incited violence and it actually happened in a massive way. What did you think of Twitter giving him the axe? Mitch, how'd you feel about that?
Well, I don't want to be controversial. And no good, but
You didn't like it. You thought they should have kept him on the platform.
I think Twitter would have been making a lot of money when Trump was at the start of his presidency, and how many million views he would have got and all that. And but now at the end they try and do the right thing, be morally good, and then just boot him out. Like he started on there, and I think they should have
Seen it through.
given him a chance to voice his opinion, whether it be right or wrong. I know they talk about incite and violence, but
he was to some extent, though, wasn't he? He was telling people to rise up. I forget what
But
exactly
not in those words,
he
were
used.
they? That was the what the people think. I
Yeah.
can't think of the fucking word.
It was sort of rhetoric though. On one hand, he was saying like, "Don't everyone be peaceful." However, we've been robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was that double speak.
I think a lot of people just got worried that with the Capitol riots that there was going to be some sort of big investigation and backlash and probably coming down on a lot of different people, and Twitter having a part in it where they've always sort of allowed him to, he had a bit of a special privileges situation going on with his Twitter account because he would often breach their guidelines, but because he was the president, and you're like, well, how else is he going to get? We like to know what this guy is thinking and what he's saying, so it's
That's
helpful.
true. That's true. Yeah,
They
you always
allowed
say
it.
mine is-
I think without the riots, he wouldn't have had it taken away from him, but
Yeah.
everyone sort of freaked out then. And I think he got banned from quite a few platforms. He got banned from Spotify.
Did he?
Yeah, right.
He was on Spotify.
Apparently.
Was there Trump playlists and stuff?
I don't know. I'm not sure if he was listening to some
Wow.
Twisted Sister or something and like using that as some sort of like,
Ted
we're
Nugent.
not gonna take it. But they shut him down too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes, as well. And they did start putting those tags on his tweets. You know, this is fake news. This is unsubstantiated and stuff. But
Yeah.
it was his main platform. Like he was in the media a bit, but that was his direct way of unfiltered communication with his supporters. You know, he could tell them anything.
Caps lock, all uppercase.
Caps lock, yeah.
Rants, attacking like people that getting into Twitter feuds with celebrities and
Yeah, he attacked Parasite, South Korean movie winning the best picture at the Academy Awards. He said that was crap and
Now, parasites are good. That's a word that people use
yeah,
for someone else, isn't it?
yeah.
Parasite.
Parasite.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, something that latches onto something else for its own gain.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
like a leech.
Yeah, like a leech.
tick.
Tick. Yeah. Sort of parasitic. Sort of ringworms, not
A
ringworms.
child, an infant, a baby that's breastfeeding.
Yeah, it's a parasite.
Gee, seems a strong word for a baby, doesn't it?
It does, it does a
Grub's,
little bit.
grub's a better word.
Yeah, grub.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you never call your son a grub though.
Nah, the most beautiful boy in the world.
And you were watching a movie with him yesterday. You mentioned briefly before the podcast. I thought I'd bring it up. You're watching a children's movie, which is a little bit outside your sort of regular viewing.
Yeah, because it was a talking bear, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, so Paddington Bear.
It was the sequel, wasn't it? So what happened when you're watching it with your son Levi? He's only little.
Oh, I couldn't stop crying.
But he broke down.
Oh, I wouldn't say I broke down like I was grieving or anything like that. But just it just brought out this, and Levi was looking at me like as if to say, "Dad, what's this happening to your face?" And it was just a beautiful little bear in this soft voice, and he was just trying to do his best for everyone and please everyone, and things kept going wrong. He was in prison wrongfully.
Jesus.
And
Wrongfully
went to
arrested.
prison?
There's a prison scene apparently. I haven't seen it.
And all he said, he wrote back to his little family and he said, I really miss you guys. I'm in one of the most historic buildings here in London,
Right.
but in the prison cell, and the security is state of the art, he said.
Can't get out, no escape. So,
So he's put a spin on it because he can't bring himself to
Yeah,
tell.
and he says, I hope you're well, hope to see you soon. This beautiful little bear.
was he able to smuggle things in himself into prison? Because, sometimes people stuff.
I wasn't
drugs
like
and
an
stuff.
underbelly series, it was a kids show.
Yeah, but he went to prison.
Oh, yeah.
What did he go to prison for?
Well, he was
Insider trading.
wrongfully convicted
Of what?
of robbery, I think.
Robbery.
Yeah, so he's
But
on
he
the
was
set.
chasing the robber, and the other robber disappeared in a puff of smoke.
He's a vigilante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's in itself
Why is he chasing a robber in the first place? That's what Paddington does. He fights
know.
crime.
Is he a police bear?
Is he like a detective or something? I haven't seen
No,
Paddington.
he's not.
No.
He's not a detective. He's just a bear trying to get by in life.
Yeah.
But he also does bring down some crims.
No,
And this time it's backfired on him.
Yeah. A puff of smoke, though. That's try explaining that to the officers.
Well, yeah, I think that's how he gets arrested, isn't it? You said the actual robber disappears.
Yeah,
He's left standing there.
Yeah, the police officer
With his
said,
dick in his hand.
what did the robber do? Disappear in a puff of smoke? And Paddington said, well, actually, he
He
did.
did, yeah.
But
And there was
then he
enough
got,
evidence to get him put in prison.
yeah.
It's like
But then he
Shawshank
got
Redemption.
protected in prison.
He gets protected.
Oh, so
because
he
he-
affiliated with a gang or something.
Yeah,
No,
drugs again,
he
yeah.
learned how to. He gave marmalade sandwiches. He knows how to make marmalade
Oh,
to
yeah.
the head.
That's his favourite food, isn't it? Marmalade sandwiches. Yeah. That's
So
what-
Yeah.
he gave that to the head
The warden.
and no one messes with this guy.
Okay.
So he got protected because of his sandwiches.
So he allowed him to get into the kitchen and access the marmalade and the bread.
Yeah, they give him access to knives, bread, marmalade. And that's how.
And then
Because no one else in the prison knows how to make a marmalade sandwich.
Yeah.
That's his currency.
Yeah, those two things don't go together. So
Bread and marmalade?
how does he get out? Does he escape or does it get?
Yeah, there's some. The bloke helps him get out.
He doesn't have the, what's it called, the Freedom Project or something that
Yeah.
what's his name runs?
Yeah, that wrongfully accused.
The author?
and-
Yeah. Doesn't get them on board, does he?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
No, but he got out. The guy that
John Grisham, that's something. Yeah.
protected him got him out. But
That's how they could get away with not having the inevitable sort of rape scene in prison.
oh dear,
Because
it's a kids movie.
he had protection. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
It does sound a lot like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. They've gone sort of Shawshank the Paddington story. So he's got like a little outfit for him and everything.
Yeah, he had the prison suit on.
And you got emotional when he sends this letter where he's sort of, he can't bring himself to tell his family.
Oh, there was a couple of times I was emotional. Yeah,
Yeah, right. So it got to you. Well, maybe you need to watch more movies with a little bit more fantasy in the Mitch.
But the talking bear, yeah.
Talking bear.
How to Make Gravy by Paul Kelly, but it's about how to make marmalade sandwiches. And a similar sort of story. You just write this letter from it's Paddington here. Hope you're keeping well.
Yeah, what's his family's name? Oh, it's Paddington here. Yeah.
Paddy.
Who's going to make the marmy sandwiches?
Little dollop, little bit red wine.
There's not many
A dollop
ingredients.
of
Yeah.
butter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not much you can go. There's not much to the recipe of the marmalade sandwich, really.
What is marmalade? A jam?
It's a jam made from oranges, isn't it? Orange rind and oranges, I think.
Zest? What's the difference?
Zest. Yes.
Well, what's the difference between rest and rind?
What? Rest?
Zest and rind.
Zest and rind? I don't think there is.
Well, have they got two separate words there?
Well, I think the rind is the whole thing, whereas zesting is the scraping off the top.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's a good point,
There
yeah.
you go. So I think it's rind.
There's nothing nicer than the smell of that orange skin.
Mm.
You know,
Quite fragrant. Beautiful citrus fragrance. That's obviously what Paddington's into.
Yeah.
He probably squirts up his nose.
Call to start like, I'm going to zest you some and not expect to get beaten up for it or something. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he started snorting zest.
So you related to Paddington in a way. There's some sort of like
Yeah, got you.
just a guy
Oh, yeah.
doing his best
Got behind your defences.
for his family, misunderstood.
Trying to be his best,
Yeah.
but letting everyone down.
Yeah.
Did Levi like the movie? Do you think he took anything
Oh,
away from it?
all that, that's all he watches.
Oh, okay.
He wakes up in the morning, goes, bear? That's,
Oh,
and then I'll
nice.
put it on.
He wants to see you cry. He wants to see you show some emotion.
Let's watch Dad lose it. Yeah. I'll have to check it out. It's not what I would have expected.
Oh, it's
Oh,
great.
prison sequence.
And you know how some of these animated movies, they got something in there for the adults, but which it goes straight over the kids' heads.
Yes.
Those little.
So it's
those
got
little
stuff like
jokes,
that.
Like, yeah. Just,
Works on multiple
in the
levels.
background, like there's something nice going in the background. You see some bloke get his head shot off. You know what I mean? Just those. There's something in it for the adults.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Had you seen the first one?
Oh, parts of it, because all I ever see is parts of it. But this one yesterday or the day before just captured me because he was watching it and like I was getting my lunchbox packed or whatever, and I'd just go in there, but it just captivated me. 30 minutes later, I got off my bed in a sobbing mess.
And you've only seen part of it. You haven't actually seen the whole thing.
Nah.
Just that part.
I just see bits and pieces all the
Oh, so
time.
you never
but
watched the
every
original.
time I see it,
Piecing it together.
something because that's all he watches. He just loves Paddington.
Yeah.
Has he had a marmalade sandwich yet?
Nah,
You haven't made him one?
veggie might. But nah.
Yeah.
He'll want it eventually once he understands what it is.
Oh, I'm going to buy him a Paddington for his birthday. An
Oh,
actual
that's
bear.
nice.
So
Yeah. He'll love that.
I might buy him one in his normal outfit, not the prison costume.
Hopefully he doesn't watch the podcast so it doesn't spoil it for him.
There's a doll you can buy where he's holding a shiv. Yeah. Yeah. Prison Paddington.
Actually, I reckon there would be. Maybe there is.
If there's not, there should be. That would be.
We might be onto something here.
Yeah.
Don't put this on. We might.
Yeah. Maybe we should
might,
sit on that.
Yeah.
Put it in our back pocket. Yeah. And knock off Paddington. Knock off. We're going to start making knock off Paddington dolls. Yeah.
Go to prison for that.
Yeah. Now, something else happened to you, Mitch. Well, I think it's happened to you multiple times. You mentioned before we started recording. Because when you go to sleep, you don't really know what's going to go through your head. We just have, everyone has crazy random dreams about things. We sometimes dream about people in our lives. you, on a few occasions, have taken the next step and told these people that you have been dreaming about them. This happened to you recently. It didn't go down well?
I know it's happened to me on a few occasions, and because you're waking up and you get into work, and then you go and tell someone, "Oh, I was dreaming about you last night," and they just just weird. No one's ever taken it well. Every time
Really?
I've said to it, it's always been some sort of like, "Why are you telling me this? Why were you dreaming about me?" And that's just weird and creepy. Like that's the feeling I get from
So
them.
you're not flattered by it?
No, far from it. No, just like get the hell away.
So you've done it on a few occasions? Like you feel the need to tell them, obviously.
Well, I don't know why I tell, because that happens to me on the majority of the time. I open my mouth and then something I wasn't prepared to say at the start of the day, I'm halfway through saying it. You know, it happens all the time. I give myself a talking to every morning on the way when I get up on the way to work. Just just do your job. Just don't say anything. Don't say anything. And you get there, and all of a sudden you're halfway through and say, "Oh, Mitch, that went well." But not that I'm saying anything bad. It's just telling your life story all the time. It's like now. I wasn't planning on saying this.
Oversharing.
Oversharing.
Maybe you're telling these people because you just do want someone to respond with a positive.
I was just talking for the sake of talking.
Yeah, okay.
So is it?
And it is interesting that I dreamt about you. I mean, that's an intriguing thing
I'd
to
be
say.
flattered.
Yeah.
Is there any like variation in the dream? Do you dream about like the same sort of thing, just work related stuff, or do you take it to another level?
They're not sexual dreams.
No.
Are they? No. They just these people just appear in your dream.
Yeah.
You got an example of a dream that you had about someone?
Oh. Nah.
You ever
Not
dreamt
because
about
you
us?
forget. Nah.
You never.
So you're upset about that, aren't
Well,
you?
yeah, it just seems a
I'm a
bit.
bit actually. Yeah.
No, I probably
of a
did.
snub.
I probably did, but I just happy to have some vivid dreams. I think maybe some sort of say something else I shouldn't have said. But yeah, a bit of medication or something. Sometimes it puts you into a
Deeper sleep.
yeah, but sometimes it's vivid. But no, I'm sure I have dreamt about you. I just can't remember it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to think you have at some point, Mitch. I'll hold on to that.
So you want to be, but if I told you, you'd be weirded out.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think I'd be flattered. I think I might be the first person to tell you I'm flattered.
Now, would you like to tell the story about the Hungry Jacks before on the?
Well, we got Hungry Jacks on the way. We had Hungry Jacks on last week's episode as well, so people must think that we're obsessed with it. But
I think we were wearing jumpers and jackets in last week's episode too.
yeah, we had it delivered live on the podcast last week.
That's right.
But we got some Hungry Jacks on the way here, and Mitch is paying from the driver's seat, and the young girl says that'll be $11.65, whatever, and Mitch goes, Jesus. And I said, Mitch, you just said Jesus. You can't be negative to the staff anyway. So we get to the next window, and he's like, I'd like to add a frozen, was it raspberry?
Yeah, raspberry.
Frozen raspberry. She's like, that'd be $12.65. Oh, Jesus. She's just like, yep, no worries. And then we get around, and we have to wait for the burger. And
The only one in the drive-thru.
yeah, there's no one there. It's very empty.
No one
but
there.
There was about a 6-minute wait for the Whopper. I don't know what had happened.
So some bloke had to turn on the stove or something. I think.
Yeah.
Like had to turn.
Died.
Died. Well, you used to work at Hungry Jack's, of course.
Yeah, I was a clown for the kids' parties.
Really?
That's all I did. Yeah.
It's like Ronald McDonald, but a Hungry Jack's version.
Were you? I didn't know
Yeah.
this. I thought you made food and
What was
stuff.
the
No.
clown's name?
I don't know.
Jack.
I used to wait till they all went out running the equipment and steal the nuggets.
Yeah.
So you have to go at me for eating canapes at my old job, which is a thing we commonly talk about. You're stealing kids' party
All
nuggets.
these little grubs.
So, man, I would love to have that on camera. So this guy just as a clown running around. Just were they abandoned nuggets, or were they nuggets that were waiting there for him?
No, I assume they'd finished.
It feels like a lot of misdirection going on and like sending the kids one way and then you sort of sweeping
Yeah.
it from the back.
So did you have to affect a clown voice? So, like, were you doing a clown persona, or you just
I
dressed?
think I was doing a clip. That was I'm going back when I was 16. Like
Yeah, I know it was a long time
20
ago.
years ago.
So you kind of a Ronald McDonald knockoff, or how were you dressed?
Must have been. I remember the girls who did my makeup and that.
Oh wow!
They all did that at the back and put the suit on and yeah.
I never knew this was a thing. I just assumed you
For the parties.
flipping burgers.
Oh well, I was in between.
Okay.
Yeah, but then the parties came and then you got to dress up and go out.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it. Yeah. It didn't take off though, obviously, the Hungry Jack's clown.
No, didn't it?
Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know if even McDonald's still does the parties, do they?
You can have the party room.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's all
I
COVID safe
can't
now,
see
isn't it?
party rooms in most of them anymore.
There's one at Edgeworth McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
We used to go there for our work staff meetings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The party room.
Yeah, it's a big room. It's free
like a
to
boardroom, is
free
it?
to hire.
It's a McDonald's
And,
boardroom. Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's food and air
Well, you'd hope
conditioning.
so.
Yeah, nuggets. Yeah.
Is there a clown? Ronald turns up.
Oh, there's a lot of clowns.
Sits
there.
in on the meeting and gives a few points, a few notes. So finally the burger arrived. We were sitting out in the car park waiting. It was quite a long time, to be fair. And nice young girl walks up and says, "Here's your Whopper and nuggets." And he said, "That was quick." Smart ass. It was pretty funny though.
Actually, I shouldn't say because they're just doing it. I'm usually good to them. I just hadn't been 3 occasions on this trip.
You just gave it to him. You just like, I'm going to give it to him this time. I'm going to chip everything they do. The price, the length of the service.
Well, the first Jesus was the driveway was too small to get me van around. The second Jesus
I
was
thought you was about the price.
no.
And that's
first
why.
Jesus was the driveway. Second Jesus was the price. And the third
Okay.
Jesus was the weight.
So I put the idea in your head then because I said to you after the first Jesus, I thought it was about the price.
Well, I didn't even realise I said the first Jesus.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything.
It's involuntary Jesus.
Yeah.
So with the van, so you got this new van,
Yeah.
and you were telling me before about getting a baby seat in the front. Was Nick in the front?
Nick was in the middle seat.
In the middle seat?
In the
Okay, because
middle
I went
seat.
outside and saw the van, saw the seat was still there, and I did wonder about what had actually got on. So
We're pretty close.
two adult men sitting, Mitch driving, Nick in the middle, and an empty baby seat.
Empty baby seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complaining about the price of
Well, the gear stick was basically between my legs. It was, pretty close contact.
I think it's an auto, isn't it?
Manual.
No, it's a manual. Yeah.
You watch yourself there.
Well, yeah. I have to toggle this quite a bit. Yeah.
Gear stick's grown.
Yeah, so I'd have thought you'd have more sympathy for Mitch, having worked there,
Oh,
in
well,
the
I do.
high pressure environment that
I
Hungry
do.
Jacks can be.
They just caught me off guard today.
Yeah,
I don't think it's very high pressure. Hungry Jack's pretty slow usually.
Well, there's no one there. They
Yeah.
couldn't be hot. Yeah, even. I just don't know what they were doing in there today.
Yeah.
So we'll get to the bottom of
we're
it.
fucking around. Yeah,
We'll get our people
yeah.
to go and have a look.
Was it a Hungry Jack's? Sounds more like a Hungry Jocks.
Jocks.
Hungry Jacks. Yeah.
What's Jocks?
It's from the last one. Remember that one? Or you telling that story about
It's a throwback, the callback.
the knockoff or the
Oh.
vintage?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, yes, we
Vintage
looked at
Jacks.
yes, yeah, we looked at sort of knockoff fast food outlets. Yeah, Hungry Jocks.
Yeah, because the Hungry Jacks did the Big Mac. Remember? Then you had one.
the Big Jack.
Yeah.
the Big
You had
Jack.
that Big Jack.
I think I got the Big Jock.
Wasn't it? It was Jack.
The Big Jock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Big Jack.
Yeah, it was okay. I haven't had one since though.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's even still doing them, are they?
I think so. You can get the like McChicken looking thing. It's like a double McChicken. The hungry chicken.
Hungry chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But anyway, enough about our paid sponsorship.
Yeah, no, we might be.
Cash for comments.
Pork barreling.
Oh, I hate that term.
Yeah,
What is it? I don't even know what it means.
no, it's got something to do with getting some political term. I don't know.
Yeah, is it
Like
like
pork
when
in
you-
barrels,
Yeah, so like
funds or something.
something like
Ill-gotten
that.
funds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
inflating prices or something, or doing something illegal.
Yeah,
Nothing to do with pork, I don't think, or barrels.
or barrels.
Yeah.
No, there would be a story there. I'm sure there is. We should have investigated it. We don't do a lot of investigation on this show.
So we leave that to our research department.
But Mitch, we were talking before the show as well. It's something that's it grinds your gears and it grinds my gears a little bit. Like when you told me, I could see where you're coming from.
I don't want to seem like I'm whinging at all, but
No, definitely not. But
or racist.
yeah, well, I don't think it needs to be racist.
No,
because
that's
it's not
what I
tied to
mean.
race.
No, it's not.
But you were at a sushi place when this happened. So what happened was, and this happens quite a bit, and I understand why it happens, but it's when you pay with the EFTPOS and they kind of make you wait until it gets approved.
Yeah.
They don't let you walk away.
Yeah,
And
'cause-
you understand why they're doing it, because people would probably just tap and run away. But it's a little bit offensive still. You're a little bit offended when they did it.
Oh, I still am offended. Well, the Chinaman was there.
In a sushi place.
Oh, the Japanese.
A Japanese person was there.
Person was there.
Yes, yep.
And I'm a customer of his. I would have had over 100 tuna cucumber.
Like nori rolls, are they the...
Yeah, with the seaweed around it.
Yep.
And then also, work related as well. And this guy knows me, And every time I go to scan, $3.50 for a bit of tuna and cucumber. He sits there with a bag just looking at me like this, and he waits till the approve sign, then he hands it over.
Yeah.
It's like, mate, let's have a look at what the steaks we're playing with here. The steaks there's a bit of tuna and cucumber worth $3.50. I'm not sitting here at Michael Hill Jeweler waiting for you to give me a diamond ring. 2,
Yeah.
I've ordered 100 of the fuckers before.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 is a sort of a client. So it's like, learn to know that this bloke, he should be pretty good for that role.
He's good for $3.50.
Yeah.
If I stuff up once and it declines and I'm out of the store, well, never let me do it again.
Yeah.
But let me tap, let me get me roll and walk out, for God's sake. And I don't know how to handle it. I can't bring it up with him.
Well,
because English is no, it's a barrier as well.
okay, yeah. It's his second language. English is his second language.
Yeah, which is fine. No,
Yeah.
I take my hat off to all the
immigrants.
immigrants. Yeah.
Yep.
So
They
anyway,
work hard.
they work hard and they've been good. We're a multicultural country.
They're not very trusting when it comes to the EFTPOS machine.
No, he's held on to that tuna and cucumber like it's his last dollar.
How often do you reckon it might happen that people do the run on in the past? It's led up to this moment where he doesn't trust people to take his
I just think he's
tuna
got
and-
doing everything by that's what you should do. So that's
Yeah.
But if I did everything I should do, you're walking around with bloody eggshells on the eggshells all the time. You're lost my train of thought. In bloody rubber in case you slipped into something or.
I think it happens on an international level too, though, when Australia buy trade deals with Japan and we pay with the card and they refuse to release the submarines or whatever the fuck we're buying off them. It's like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, just
there you go.
yeah.
I wouldn't take it personally.
But a lot of
You've
places
had
do
it too, haven't you, Nick?
Oh yeah, like it happens to me all the time because you said it only happens to you at the
Only
sushi
at this place ever happened.
It happens to me all the time. Like usually it approves very quickly, but I've been in restaurants and places where I've turned to walk away and I've gone, oh, it's still just approving. Hold it, and I'm like, all right,
Security. So
yeah.
Do you tap and walk? Would you walk away? Or would
because
would you wait to watch? But if he gave it to you, as you tapped, would you walk away or would you stay and watch?
Yeah, no, that is a good point because I reckon I'd still wait, but I've got my product. But he still trusts me because then it's in my hands there. I could walk away. But if he gave me the product, I'd be sort of walking away and said, all good, mate. Yeah, you're out the door.
So it's more the fact that he won't even hand it over until it's paid. Like he thinks you're going to just run with it.
Yeah, that's a good point. If I had it in my possession, I think I'd be okay with that. And then it's up to me to walk away or not.
Why don't you just pay cash?
I don't know. I just never hold any.
Yeah, but maybe just to sort of reduce some of your stress.
But then I'm touching the grubby cash and then I'm giving it to the old mate and then I'm getting the sushi and I can't eat with after being holding a $5 note,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know quite a few sushi places, and I don't know whether this is a cultural thing or what the reason is, but often you got to have a minimum $10 spend. They stipulate,
Do they?
and they've got to buy a fair bit of sushi.
Gee, it's expensive.
get to $10.
If you're going to go hard on
Just
sushi, it's
one nori
expensive,
roll.
isn't it?
There's one place in particular I like the sushi, but I never have cash anymore. And I've walked up and I've forgotten, grabbed a nori roll, I was $10 minimum. I'm like,
You know what? That just reeks of tax evasion, doesn't it? When
tax
people,
evasion.
it
Pork
does, but when
barreling.
these,
Oh, it's pork barreling. Yeah, textbook pork barreling.
but
No, I don't
with
think it's
these noodle
tax-
places, I just said the other day I could have gone out and got the cash, but I just thought, all right, if I just went and gave me business somewhere else.
Did you?
Instead of the noodle shop, I went to the Indian shop.
Okay.
Okay. Grub.
Even so, you weren't too offended by the cricket win then.
No.
Not enough to not.
Yeah.
It doesn't impact the way they make butter chicken. It's beautiful. That's not racist, is it?
No, not at all. No. Was it the Indian? Is it the same Indian place you had a few run-ins before? Where that story? What do you want? Or what? No, which one do you want? Of the 2 meat and rice.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
the
said,
one.
what do you want? You went of the 2 meat and rice.
Then he said, "What do you mean?" He said it again.
What do you want? It's like the 2 meat and rice. Like no.
Yeah.
I said
Which
butter
one?
chicken and the Rogan Josh.
Yeah. Language barrier.
Yeah,
Your
language
language.
barrier.
Yeah.
No, because he didn't direct with his head.
Right.
You know when they said all like this, "What do you want?"
Well, right. He's just like, what do you want?
He's
Yeah.
making eye
It's
contact.
like he didn't hear you.
Yeah. Like that comedian that used to be on Hey Hey It's Saturday that looked straight dead down the camera.
Elliot Goblet.
Yeah, that's what he looked like
Yeah.
at me.
Terrifying.
Straight face,
Just
no personality.
deadpan, no emotion. Yeah, Elliot Goblet. He was the Elliot Goblet of the Indian
There's a
takeaway
good-
scene.
We should get him on.
Oh,
That's
I'm
the
sure
last
he's
of the
around.
past.
Yeah, I'm sure he's around.
He'd be 90 now, wouldn't he?
I'm sure.
Depends how old he was at the time.
Depends what year he was born, really. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
well, the fun never stops when Mitch gets food from different ethnicities and cuisines and.
Where's the payway? Where do you tap on the machine?
The front, I think.
At the front?
Yeah.
Not at the top or in the side?
I think this one's the front. But I'm fuming by that point, so I can't remember.
Yeah.
You know when your rage takes over and because he won't hand the bag over. And
Yeah, but next time he does it, maybe put your hand out
oh, yeah.
to take it.
Meet him
see if he
halfway.
still holds it and just like have
Yeah.
this like sort of a
Don't tap until you
standoff.
get the bag.
Yeah, just say I'll tap, just like and try to get it simultaneous. Like you,
It's like I'm holding the gun to his. He's holding the gun to mine.
I don't
Yeah.
trust that you're going to give me that $3.50
yeah,
nori roll.
Yeah, if I
unless
pay.
yeah.
You'd
Maybe we
say,
should
yeah.
test him a bit like that.
He might put it back in the display. And be like, what purchase? What nori roll? And you're like, no. So it needs to be halfway. Like it needs to be sort of. He can be holding it, but you got your hand around it,
What's
and
it
you're
called, a
tapping.
nori roll?
Yeah, they're called nori rolls. Yeah.
Kick it along the floor. Kick it along the floor and don't bend over to pick it up until it's.
Yeah. It's like the scene in Temple of Doom is the Diamond Dr. Jones. You got the Lazy Susan, you got the EFTPOS machine and the nori roll, the tuna. And you're just going back and forward.
You used to love that Greek restaurant, you fellas, didn't you?
Oh, I still do.
Did I give it that shout out?
Centre.
The Hellenic Centre. Yeah, it's got another name now. The something. Can't think, but it isn't. It's in the Hellenic Centre, but they actually gave the restaurant a name.
Good food. You loved that food, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
You love it. I took you there, didn't I?
Yeah.
We had all the meats. You're a big meat guy, and I think you quite enjoyed the meat. I think there was no issue with the paying though. I think they were very kind enough to bring the food out first before we paid. So always goes a long way. There was a level of trust there.
Maybe you should try ordering more and see if he's a bit more. I don't know. You get $3.50 every time. He's probably just like this guy.
Yeah.
He makes one
Oh, okay.
tuna and cucumber nori roll every day because he knows you're coming in.
But I'll see the other customers in front of me. Same thing.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
It's
It's
very
not just
popular.
you. It's like he's sized you up.
Yeah.
It's to everybody. Well,
It's like the soup Nazi sort of thing off
Yep.
Seinfeld, isn't it? That sort of. It's that sort of.
yeah.
It's like his boss said, "Hey, Jimmy," or whatever his name is. It's just at the start of the day, don't give anyone their rolls till it gets approved.
Yeah.
Because back in 2005, we've lost a tuna and cucumber sushi, and we'll never see it again.
Yeah.
Some bloke's done a runner 10 years ago with a little roll. All of a sudden, the boss is a blanket rule for the next 60 years.
Yeah. That might have happened. That could be there's a backstory. And, first customer, first day of business, pretends to tap and runs with the nori roll out the door. And he's just been scarred ever since. So all trust was gone.
That's a high-level criminal right there.
Well, if you just go on the run and do it at different places all.
Yeah, there's a guy
Along
hitting
the
every
way.
sushi place.
Yeah,
called
it's
the
never
sea-
going to raise enough of a suspicion for it to become an issue, but he's getting around for years on these.
do
Going
you call
from
it, the
sushi
sushi
place
bandit?
to sushi place, yeah.
What's a bandit? I've always wondered about that.
A bandito.
Bandit.
Yeah, it's like a criminal, someone that robs, I think.
A bandit.
Bandit, yeah. Bandit. A criminal. A robber. Yeah. Does it come, is it short? I think bandito, it's a Spanish word or something that comes from that. It's shortened. Yes, anglicized. There we go.
The sushi bandit.
The show never stops educating, does it?
Maybe you look a lot like him.
You look like the guy that burned him. Yeah. He had a big Bruce Springsteen tat. And
Well, I've nearly had enough of this bloke.
Did you have to go there? Can't you go somewhere else? You got the Indian that time when you got upset about the
The noodle joint.
Yeah. Can you go to another sushi place? Can you make your own sushi at home?
I think it's a skill to that.
it's
The
doable.
rice
though.
is very sticky.
You got to get the rice right, and you get the little bamboo roller, and go for your life. I don't think, people do it. I've never attempted it, but it's on the bucket list. Yeah,
Yeah, I made it once.
you made it once, yeah.
Did
Turned out
you?
all right?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's so sticky. The rice is
Yeah,
just builds upon itself. You keep in it with a glove of
yeah,
fucking rice.
yeah.
But it'd make it so much more appreciative when you go. You get sushi now after doing it yourself.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah,
you get that. Yeah.
$3.50 is probably not enough. You should probably pay more.
Yeah, he's probably undercharging you.
Over.
Yeah, probably. He's undercharging. It's probably worth $5 at Merry Roll.
Really?
The skill that goes into it. Yeah. Millions of years of artistry in Japanese culture that's led to this moment.
There's no customer service, I'll tell you that much.
No history of customer service, just the skills. Yeah. Oh, well.
They'd roll a good
that goes.
smoke.
Sorry?
He'd roll the good smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably rolls Dari's one-handed. Yeah. All right. On that note, I think we've covered everything, haven't we, gentlemen?
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
I
a
think
little
so.
bit over time.
It's all right. I hope everyone enjoys the show.
Yeah, it's lovely to be back. Thank you for tuning in again to Dictating Terms, the start of Season 5. It's great to be back with you. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks, Nick.
We will see you next time.
Thanks, Joe, too. Sorry.
Thanks, Mitch.
Nailed it.